Hello and welcome to the Cutie Art Crusaders, episode 125 for December 2nd, 2014. It's December already. I can't believe it. My name is RainbowPlasma. I'm the host and organizer of the podcast, and today I'm joined by...
Burn1, the super fabulous special guest coordinator.
I'm FlutterGuy317. I'm the media manager, and this week I'll be editing the podcast.
Bernd, whenever you introduce yourself, I imagine you're just flailed way back, leaning as far as you can back in your chair, just
See,
yeah, I'm Bernd.
When I introduced myself, I actually did that macho pose where you flex one arm and then put one out like Superman. I totally
welcome
did
to the
that.
Gun Show.
Welcome to the Burn Show.
So welcome back, everyone. We got something really awesome this week that we're definitely really looking forward to. So, Bernd, take it away before we start.
Yeah, so this week we have another special guest.
Yay!
And this week we have a special guest who is actually super close to our hearts because he has sent us fabulous things and gifts, and he's a fabulous and kind person. This week on the show we have, which actually a lot of our fans will know because they've seen him on the show, Agamnentzar.
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 I think you added too many syllables there.
Anyways, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So, I mean, before we even, because we're going to talk about a few things here. You know, it's Thanksgiving this weekend, and there's BronyCon and stuff like that that we're going to talk about. But, I mean, let's talk about your name, because that has always been a sticking point. I think every single time I say the name, even though I know it's Agamnentzar, see, I said it right for once,
Yep.
Bernd has gotten into my head that it's Agamnentzar.
Agamnentzar.
So how do you actually pronounce it?
Agamnentzar.
Agamnentzar.
See, when he says it, it sounds so just effortless.
Leaving out a syllable.
Yeah, it's so flowy.
You're putting in syllables.
Agamnentzar.
So, I mean, how did that
Agamnentzar.
name, how did that come around? What does it mean? Where did it come from?
It was actually a name made up for pen and paper RPG session. And it was actually meant to be very long and hard to guess.
Wow. Well,
See, if you added more syllables, then it would even be longer and harder to guess.
So, on your RPG character, what is his last name? Is it like Haranganamannar? Agamnentzar Haranganamannar, right?
It was actually just that name.
Oh, okay.
Well, damn.
One named. Like Bernd. Just the one named wonder.
Yeah. Burned actually doesn't have a last name. It's true. It's just Burned.
All right, so like I mentioned, it's Thanksgiving this weekend. So happy Thanksgiving to all my American friends.
Happy
Happy
I'd
Thanksgiving
like to
to
give a
me.
shout out to all of my American friends for not saying anything on Canadian Thanksgiving. Yeah, I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Everyone.
Thanks. Well, had a wonderful Thanksgiving at this time.
Yeah, I guess by the time this airs, everyone will have had their Thanksgiving.
Happy leftover day.
Yay.
Or if you're an American participating in last night, happy disgraceful buying a lot of crap day.
Yeah, really.
Online. Yeah. I'm saving my money for Cyber Monday, so...
Yeah, me too.
I'm saving my money for food.
To support and sustain my life.
Yay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Max just added to our list of things to talk about that it's his birthday this weekend.
Happy birthday.
He didn't really say it that kindly though, so I'm just gonna gloss over it.
Well, I just remembered that we didn't actually put it in there, and I am insulted that Thanksgiving came first. Thanks, guys. I'm really
Happy
thankful.
birthday, buddy.
Everything is no.
Yeah,
Thank
happy
you.
birthday to you.
Yeah, I'm turning 21, or when everyone else in the world hears this, I've turned 21 on November 30th. So yay!
You're 21?
Yay!
It
Yep.
just clicked. Now, when you come to BronyCon, we can actually go to a bar.
Yes, finally, after 2
Yay!
years.
Oh my goodness.
Not the Howard though.
No,
Too bad.
Howard still can't. So speaking of BronyCon,
No, it's a really good transition.
Team
yeah. we've already started planning for BronyCon next year, which is really early, but we wanted to get things done and settled. So come to BronyCon.
Hey,
We're trying to get a panel,
Dave,
and we're hopefully going to be media again and stuff. So yeah,
hooray.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of came up because I was on Late Customer stream recently. Friend Dave has a stream where he does occasionally, and I know some people asked, like, they were talking about like what cons they were going to, and because I was on the stream, they asked me like what cons I was going to and like what the rest of the CSE was going to, and I couldn't really answer for everyone else, but we kind of mentioned a lot here, but just to clarify for everyone, the con that the three of us at least will be at like next year is BronyCon. So if you are picking cons solely on the fact that you will meet us and other celebrities there, as if we are celebrities,
just highly unlikely.
We're just horse famous. Come on.
Exactly. So we're going to BronyCon, and we don't know about anything else, but that's for sure. So just to let everyone know, BronyCon is the place to be.
Yes.
For me. So yeah.
And me.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's kind of everything, isn't it?
Yeah, it snowed here. It's not really
Welcome
important.
to winter.
Yeah.
Agamnentzar. Is there snow where you are?
Not yet, but pretty soon there will be.
Yeah.
It's very
So,
bright right now.
So, where are you from? I guess that's a good. We'll get started with the questions here. We'll start grilling you. Where are you from? And while we're on it, who are you?
Yes.
Who are you and what are you doing on our stream?
Who am I?
Episode. Yeah.
So yeah,
Who are you? What do you do?
I'm just a freelance software developer from Poland, and well, I guess I draw ponies from time to time. Oh, I'm also Bernd's horse waifu.
Yes.
Did you prep him on that?
Yes.
Did you bribe him to say that?
I didn't tell him to say anything.
No, he didn't.
Burns horse waifu.
Oh my goodness, that's
Wow.
fabulous.
It's
Wow.
true.
Like, we even had a note in here to mention my illegitimate children, but horse waifu, now that's another level. That's fabulous.
I guess those are legitimate children. We won't talk about the 5 illegitimate children in Alaska. I guess this is like an illegitimate child.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, I
I
was
can't
gonna
speak.
say-
Whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Agamnentzar's OC is like one of the few OCs that I've been like legitimately shipped with, and like there's been like art out like of us shipping that like you've drawn me and then I've drawn you. It's fabulous. It's good.
Yeah.
Good old
Do
fashioned.
you two need a moment or something?
waifu shipping?
Do you want us to leave? Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
There's plenty of time for that.
like,
you
here's a
finally get
picture-
to meet your waifu.
here's a picture of you guys cuddling. Like,
I know, right? So okay,
Yeah.
so what's the story behind that? I gotta know.
Behind the pencil sketch?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like in this description, you can show the one that Bernd drew image on his stream as a little thank you for sending him the fan art I did for you guys. And I thought it's pretty nice idea, so I should draw something too. And
And so you ship them together.
and they just kind of took off from there.
I drew this little sketch and really liked it, like the idea. So I redrew it as a final one. And since at the time it was pretty long time since I last drew just a regular pencil sketch. I wanted to test my skills and see how my shading improved over time. So I went all over it with the most precision I could get and shading.
Well, it came
Can I
out
just
great.
say,
Yeah, it did.
yeah. Can I just say that I love how fuzzy you make ponies?
I love to make them
Like-
fuzzy.
Yeah. I think that's probably one of the things that I like most about your sketches. I mean, there's a lot that I like about your sketches, and I actually have one of your originals like right behind me on the wall. Um, but yeah, it's like adorable how fuzzy you make them.
Yeah.
So what tools do you normally use? Because you normally do traditional stuff, right?
Yeah, most of the time I do.
Is it all just pencil sketches or?
Yeah, this one is just regular pencil sketch. Just use maybe 3 or 4 different kinds of pencils, like harder and softer ones for different parts.
And then a lot of your other works you use like colored pencils and stuff. And you also have some vectors, and what I was actually going to comment on is that this piece, or like pretty much all of your traditional pieces that you do in pencil like this or colored pencil, they look as if they can be vectored. Like every single little point and basically stroke or outline, since it's traditional, looks like it's like a pinpoint fine precision, has like perfect little points, like all those little blades of grass and like the fur and hair. It's all like sharp and like paid attention, nothing smudged. And what really caught our eye about it is basically how pristine that your traditional art can be, because it has so much basically methodical care put into it. And like even in like non-pony art, like you don't see that very often. So like to see that much care put into pony art, when we first started seeing your art, really grasped us as like, I don't know, art highlighters or bronies who care about pony fan art, because it's really good.
Yeah.
Anywho, there's a carryover there, was a point I was trying to make, into like vectoring, and you actually do vectors as well. So like sometimes, I remember when I was first looking at your gallery, I thought that like some of your traditional artwork you were doing like as vectors and then making it look like traditional, because you're messing with my mind, because you have both of them there.
Yeah, those definitely are looking like a little bit like vectors on all those traditional pieces. Yeah, I really based my style on vectors, and I really like precision, so I spend a lot of time making my lines really precise and perfect.
Mm-hmm. And it really shows too, because basically in all of your traditional stuff, your line width is very consistent. It's very clean. Do you like start with an undersketch and then kind of erase it as you build up on top of that?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
For this one, here's undersketch for this one. So you can see how it looked before making those thick, precise lines.
Yeah.
Wow. Even the undersketch seems to be so kind of finely tuned.
Yeah, this one is pretty clean actually.
How long does it take you to make a piece? Like, let's just, because we're talking about the burned piece here, let's use this as an example. How long would you say from start to finish does it take you to make one of these?
Like this one, that would be something from 20 to 30 hours maybe.
Wow.
Wow.
That's an insane amount of time.
Yeah,
I remember making my like coup de grace, or I think that's the wrong phrase, but whatever. The piece that I made was 20 hours vectoring, and I just remember that was over like a week, and it was just like hours and hours and hours, and I couldn't believe how long it took. But I can't imagine doing that for all of your pieces. But it really does show, because there's such level of precision there, and you must do quite a bit of not just penciling in, but also very fine erasing as well.
Yeah, definitely. All those lines that just go outside the final lines need to be erased. I really improved a lot after I bought really precise eraser.
Yeah, I bet.
Really
I bet.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine taking that much time in anything. Like, in painting, I would take a lot of time to do like oil paint, and I have to wait for that crap to dry, and I wouldn't even take that long. Like, I'm lazy. Like, I would paint wet oil into wet oil because I just don't have the patience to make it, like, let it dry. But to switch up the piece a little, on this burn piece that we were talking about, like you mentioned how it started, I drew you a little, like, I heart you, because I was basically saying, like, oh, like, thank you, Agamnentzar, like, I love you, because you sent us fan art that you had made for us, and a traditional fan art that you had colored, and I'll link the picture for that. And you actually took the time to send this piece to me all the way from Poland with a bunch of other extra pieces for the other Cutie Art Crusaders. So you had one for RainbowPlasma, Flutter Guy, and Atmospark that I sent to them from here. And you also sent it in a very lovable package with lots of kitten stamps. Thank you for that. I have that as well. I kept the kitten stamps. I appreciated that. But point being, this piece, just kind of like switch up, so we're looking at different kinds of art, is one of your traditional colored ones. And you can see that same kind of care in all the lines. But now it's not just graphite and shading and like erasing. Now it's pigment, which doesn't erase as well. And you have like colors shoved up against other colors with, again, an extreme amount of precision. Like, I've played with colored pencils before. Like, that's not easy to get colored pencils and then like make them go perfectly up against each other like other colored pencils. Like, and then you shade them into each other as well, like in the sky. Like, like you can tell the amount of time you put into this, and it's ridiculous. You're crazy.
Can you?
Yes.
I don't know if I want to say how much time
I was gonna say. Well, now you've made me curious.
Like, if you took 30 hours on just a traditional graphite sketch with multiple shades of pencils, like, I can't imagine how much time you took on something like this that has the full spectrum of hues.
This one is the longest I ever made.
Really?
I'm gonna guess,
Actually.
based on the fact that it's your 100th submission, you took 100 hours to do it.
Maybe not.
Oh, okay.
From 60 to
Not
80
quite.
hours on this one.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That is approximately 3 days of, like, 3 full 24-hour days of work staring at our stupid faces.
See,
Which came out great.
Hey,
Stupid
hey.
faces are because we're stupid, not because...
Hey, my face is adorable.
You have
also-
no
It's
idea
alright.
how many sketches I did before I got this face right.
Oh,
See, now everyone knows why at the beginning I said that Agamnentzar has a special place in our hearts. Because, like, he can do something like this for us. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Also, and I
Yeah.
have it here. Like, I can touch it. I can pet it. Yeah. Reach over, grab it.
Yeah, so Burned had the original of that one that you sent out, because when you sent us all something, it started because I believe Burned requested the original
I offered
of
to
that
buy
piece.
it for a lot of money. He wouldn't let
Right.
me.
Yeah, he offered me money for sending this one.
And so that happened, and it came out great. I mean, I love this piece. It's still my phone background to this day. It's been months and months since this came out. And the other thing was that you also sent us each kind of our own things, because you were like, well, while you're out there, do you want anything? You know, like, while I'm shipping something, which was super nice. So I know that something that I got was your expressions piece, where you had a practice piece that had, I don't know, I can't count, but something like, 100 different faces.
Roughly a bajillion to a couple bajillion.
If I remember correctly, there's 80 of them.
There's
wow.
there's 80 faces, and you drew a bunch of the faces, and then you added on hairstyles and colors to kind of match, and you chose some canon characters, and you chose some OC characters. We were fortunate enough to be, among some of those OC characters, along with people like Sibsy and Mando Pony and Gray Stripe and Lauren Faust and things like that, which was super awesome. And because I'm such a big facial expression person, I asked if I could have that. And so it's amazing because, like Burns said in his creepy way, I have it right here, and like I can touch it, and I have it right
and
now.
pet it.
So
But you don't pet your artwork?
Yeah.
well, I can pet my
normal
artwork.
people
I'm
do.
doing it right
Pet
this
the art.
second. So
Lick the art.
so this is another example of something that must have taken you a long time to do.
This is actually not true.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
This one
Was this a quicker
really
one?
fast.
Oh,
It took me 2 days to do this one.
really fast. Just 2 days. No big deal.
But I mean, in the
It's
spectrum of
short
hours
compared
of
to
drawing,
the-
like,
It's pretty short compared to other ones. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It's all relative. Yeah.
Can I just say that one of my favorite things about this piece is how smug Burn looks?
Burned is so smug.
Yes.
Very smug.
Yeah, in the last piece, you're saying, like, draw our stupid faces. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I have a stupid face 24/7 because I'm fabulous. And I was like, wait, that doesn't add up.
Yeah.
I think the Burn's expression is the only one that I knew from the beginning. With ponytail, which is
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, because you drew the facial expressions first, and then you
Yeah.
added on the hair later,
you
right?
can actually there's actually progress linked below, so you can see how it went.
Yeah. So you started with just the faces, and then I guess you must have just chosen. Did you choose as you go? You went along, or I mean, I can't even. To be honest, I can't even think of 80 ponies off the top of my head. So
Yeah,
I've got them all sitting in front of me.
I couldn't either. It was really hard actually. I first of all I put you guys and then main 6 and then some OCs I really liked. And then I just ran out of ponies. I had to go through the wiki to find more.
That's funny. That's funny.
So, did you do an undersketch for the hair, or did you add the hair in afterwards, like is in this this progress?
Yeah, I was adding hair
motion?
afterwards, but quickly realized that I can't erase those colored lines, and I sometimes make mistakes with the hair. So first half I just did with colors, and then second half I actually did little under sketches for them.
Right. Just to
Especially
make sure.
in places where they overlap. It's
Yeah.
pretty easy to make mistakes.
Yeah. Well, that's really cool. It's really awesome to see something like that. I love seeing expression. I love knowing how to talk.
You love being able to talk.
Yeah. Yeah. I love expression practices because I know that there was who did it? Was it KP Shadow Squirrel did some stuff? It wasn't quite expression, but it was a bunch of different ponies all in like rows. It was like a pose practice, you know.
Oh,
and
yeah,
there's- I love those.
I think that's KP Shadows. Yes, she or he.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
she-
to be honest with you.
Baby Shadows.
Well, there you go. Now I'm sure.
From Germany.
So confused.
Yeah, he did a lot of them. I actually have them in my reference folder to
cool.
practice.
Well, they are great references because
Yeah.
you get like 50 in one, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure
And now
that
this-
people have this one in their
Yeah.
facial reference folder for sure.
Yeah, they do.
I know a few people have in the
Yeah.
references.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, you know,
Uh,
while we were on the tangent of talking about what got sent to us, like Ted, what did he send you?
He sent me this piece, which is the four of us in capes. I think this was this for an episode?
Yes, it was.
A fan art
Yeah,
episode?
the
Yes.
first one.
The fan art episode.
First fan art episode. Yeah. And you sent in the traditional sketch and also you vectored it,
Yeah.
which is really cool. And so you sent me the original of that because I really, really loved it. And you also sent me a little sketch of my OC.
Yeah, we all
which
got
is
little
super cute.
sketches
Yeah.
of our OC as well, which is
I
awesome.
actually
As if
don't have those scanned, so if you want to put them up, you actually have to
oh yeah,
scan
take your own
or
pictures,
photograph them.
Oh,
So-
yeah. Guys, send me those pictures so I can put them in.
this one's a bit dusty.
So with this piece, actually, I loved it so much that last year's BronyCon, I actually did a quick vector over it and cut it out of sheet metal and gave it to all of the CAC guys.
That was not last
And,
year's BronyCon. That was the year before Everfree Northwest.
Everfree Northwest last year.
I
Yeah,
remember because Silver got one of them.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
an extra one.
So I don't know if
Burn,
either
did you
of
get the
can
picture
grab
of
a
it?
picture of it.
What,
Burn's probably
right
grabbing
now?
a picture right now.
Yeah, I've seen,
Yeah.
You want me to send you a
I've
picture
seen
right
it on.
now?
I don't,
Oh, I thought you
don't
wanted
remember.
for the episode. Oh, my
well,
goodness.
Either one. Yeah.
Anyways,
So-
everyone else at home will see. But yeah, we actually cut this one out into
Yeah.
this metal thing, and Ted gave it to us as gifts at Everfree Northwest a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
which was awesome.
Yeah, I've seen the photo of you giving it to the head
Oh, yeah.
of EFN.
Yeah,
oh
the
yeah,
final
we
draft.
gave one a draft as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess while we're on the topic of this piece in particular, because this piece is special too because of the kind of story behind it. So we originally had our fan art episode, which is funny, almost 100 episodes ago. It was I think it was episode 25, 26 and 27, maybe? It was one of those. It was around 100 episodes. Yeah, 2 years ago
that's crazy.
when we put a request out saying, like, hey, if people want to send in fan art, because we'd gotten a couple pieces and we wanted to get a couple more, and, Agamnentzar was one of the, 50 different people to send us in amazing pieces of fan art. And this one especially blew us away. And the one thing that really annoyed us was the fact that you sent it to us as an attachment in the email, because at the time, you didn't have a Deviantart.
Yeah, I did. Well, I had an account, but I didn't use it.
Yeah.
I didn't publish any of my art.
Yeah, and
How
so
dare
we immediately went back and said, I think we asked, like, hey, do you have a Deviantart? And you said, no, I don't. And we went, you are crazy.
Yeah, we were
You
upset.
need to get one right this second.
Hmm.
Because of how amazing that sketch was.
There's actually been quite a few artists who've sent us in stuff, and it's like, this is fabulous. Like, don't have a DeviantArt. It's like, well, you should make one.
Get on it!
Do it now. Yeah.
Yeah, I really have to thank you for that and for that encouragement, because if not for that, I would probably never put any of my art on DeviantArt and definitely not improve so much.
Aw.
Yeah,
Aw.
I mean, I'm so glad, because as I see you improve, it's really nice to know that you're kind of getting that feedback and getting the attention that you deserve. Because I think, at the time you're like, oh, I don't know, I wouldn't be very popular, but like, dude, like, people love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was surprised myself that people like my art so much.
Makes me feel all
Well,
warm and fuzzy inside.
You've just started doing some streams too with Shinoda
Yeah,
GE,
lately.
I think. And they've been really popular. Mm.
Yeah, we've become best friends with Shinoda, and we're streaming, drawing together.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
And I know that they've been very popular. I popped in a couple. And yeah.
So now I'm curious. Did you know Shinoda from beforehand, or was that an artist that you actually met through your outlet on DeviantArt?
I actually knew his art before, his graffiti art, and then he requested artwork from me because I did some requests. So I did one request for him, and then he sent me some messages, and we become friends that way.
That's awesome. It's great to
Hey,
Friendship is
see,
magic.
you've made friends through us forcing you to make a DeviantArt outlet. Yes, that's why the internet is magical and DeviantArts are fantastic. So if there's artists out there listening to this who don't have online outlets to share with other people, you should make one.
You should do it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So, I mean, when you sent us that first piece, it seemed so polished and experienced, from someone who had been doing this for years. So, before your DeviantArt, what was your artistic background?
Well, I didn't learn any art officially, but I watched a lot of tutorials, I read some books on art. But
Wow. So those are like some of your very first sketches, like
yeah, well,
ever?
I did start sketching ponies, somewhere around when you started your podcast.
And just kind of like learn from there. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
that was when you started.
The first
Was
sketch I did by then.
Wow. That's pretty incredible improvement. I know that,
This image
and
is
we
huge.
encourage everyone to continue practicing, because I don't believe that there are like just people who are talented and people who aren't and whatever, But there are some people out there who just kind of get it, where they just have a natural knack for it.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean if you don't have that, then you can't, absolutely keep practicing and you can absolutely get there. But, you definitely strike me as someone who kind of had that just click with you, You know, it was like immediately you had something special there.
Yeah, and also a 100-page notebook when I just sketched every day for a year before I published anything.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean that's a
If
that's a
you-
great.
Well,
I mean, everybody has to practice.
If
right?
you see in my gallery the first few images that are on brown paper, those are like 4 sketches. Those are 4 pages from 100-page notebook, and only
Right.
those are worth showing.
Right, like the rest you didn't
So
want to
yeah,
show.
there's 100 pages of bad sketches to get to this one.
I'm kind of honored that we're kind of like the first thing that you posted to your gallery. Yeah.
Yeah.
When was this?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. So the first thing you posted in your gallery was in December 4th in 2012.
So
Well,
just
so like
just
yeah,
under 2 years.
yeah.
Wow.
2 years minus 2 days. There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
No, 2 years plus 2 days.
Oh God, is this coming out on December
no,
2nd?
minus 2. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's also Silver's birthday.
Oh yeah.
I feel so bad.
Happy birthday, Silver.
Anywho, if she makes it this far into the podcast.
She probably hates us right now, so she probably gave up already. Yeah, no.
All right. Yeah, no, it's really awesome to see kind of your improvement, but also just I don't know, like it just you started from such a strong base here. You know, you really started as you meant to go on. You hit the first one with a bang. So I'm glad you did decide to kind of send us that one piece. I'm not sure if you were kind of nervous about doing it, but it was. I'm sure you'll look back at it as a good
really
decision.
nervous, and it really required a lot of commitment to force myself to actually do it and send it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
Well,
we're
I'm
glad
glad
you did.
for sure.
Yeah, because it's now hanging behind me.
I'm glad I did
Yeah.
too. And
Yeah.
I'm really happy you like it this much.
Yeah, for sure.
I really was
Absolutely.
going to actually redraw it because I didn't like it.
So now it's really interesting to kind of go through your gallery because, like Max said, you had a really strong start when you started uploading pieces to your gallery. But you can see like little bits of improvement throughout, and like the line work gets a little bit neater and stuff. And there's one piece in particular that I would like to show right now, which is this adorable and
I
cute
thought
little piece
you were going to do
that yeah. So I guess you did something kind of more in the style of Joey Darkmeat.
Yeah, I
who
really liked
is
his
a lovely
piece
artist.
and just wanted to redraw it, but with a twist. So I added that to the picture.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is a piece that the original of which I believe I said I'd marry the piece. It was like 2 years ago.
Oh
Yeah, if I
I think
distinctly
so.
remember, I said I'd married the piece. So I'm pretty sure, like, this is like, I don't even know, man. This is just amazing. This is like double
Yeah.
marriage. Can you do that? Is that a thing?
Double marriage?
Yeah.
In the state of Utah, yeah.
So, like Joey Darkmeat, I know that he has kind of commented back and forth. You two kind of have the same kind of really, really clean, traditional sketch, black and white sketch thing. Have you talked with him before? I know, you did this piece as kind of like a tribute to him.
Yeah,
but have you
I
talked to him?
actually did rough sketch of this one and just couldn't find time to finish it. And it happened that we had a friend who knew us both. So we talked on Skype on group chat, and I showed Joey the rough sketch, and he was really excited to see it finished. So I rushed and finished it as precisely as I could.
Awesome.
So I might have gone a little overboard with precision here. Definitely, maybe it's not visible here on the scan, but if you look at the actual drawing on the paper, it actually looks like it's printed, not drawn.
Wow.
That's really cool.
Yeah, you really nailed the style. I love how kind of consistent that is, because you have your own style. I think that you've kind of come into, but then you kind of shifted there, and it just totally does look like a Joey Dark Meat piece.
But you also added your own kind of flair to it, not just with Derpy, but you know.
I kind of maybe overdid the thick outline around the whole image because you guys talked about it so much.
Well, I know the reason we talk about it is because it's something that is actually super key to Joey Darkmeat. If you go and look at any of his work, he puts like an extraordinary amount of effort into making that outline exaggerated. Like I was just looking through his gallery, and like it's super key for almost everything he does. Usually in his earlier work, like when he first started to do pony work, it was really exaggerated. Maybe not on purpose, and now he's kind of like toned it down with like his more recent stuff. But
yeah.
Talking about Joey Darkmeat, it's really funny to talk with him when he says your art is your sketches are amazing. And I say in response, no, your sketches are amazing.
That's a never-ending train right there. Back and forth. So I mean, I guess you were inspired by his art to do that. Have you been inspired by any other artists in the community to like kind of add to your style or just take little things from their art?
I think I definitely took a lot of stylistic choices from Joey. But if we talk about coloring, then maybe Baron Engel would be good inspiration for shading. Definitely, he's very good.
He's
at
a fantastic artist.
Those drawings with pencils.
Vern, you got to interview him at Everfree. Was that was at Everfree last 2 years ago?
Who again? Sorry, I was looking through Joey's gallery.
Baron Engel?
Baron Engel, yes. No, Baron Engel is fabulous. He was a really talkative fellow, really informative. Like, as in, like, he knew what he was talking about when it came to, like, art and theory and stuff.
He's a very experienced artist, and he deals with traditional art and pencils especially.
So I wanted to ask, because basically all of your traditional art has this texture to it. What kind of paper do you usually use? Is it a bit on the thicker side, or?
It's as thick as I could get.
Yeah.
I have these notebooks with very thick paper and just use them for all my art.
I'm just imagining like a book of just marble slabs, just like 3 inches thick, and like when you pick up the book, like it goes like thunk.
He actually draws on logs.
He cuts the paper himself. He's that manly. So we talked a little bit before. We keep touching on it a little bit with the vectors that you do, but similar to how you kind of did these sketches out of nowhere and just started posting them like you've been doing them for years. You also posted that vector of us out of nowhere, like you've been doing it for years. And at the time, and still looking back on it, we were all very big vector enthusiasts, and I'd like to think we were all pretty good at it. And I remember us looking through it and going like, wow, this is actually a really good quality
it's
vector.
Flawless.
Yeah. So, I mean, did you, like, how long had you been working in vectors? Was it the same kind of thing? You kind of picked up sketching and vectoring at the same time, or?
Yeah, well, it's my first pony vector, that's for sure. But
wow.
I'm software developer, so I work a lot in vectors, and I kind of understand how they work. So
okay.
It was easy for me to just pick it up and draw.
Right. So you had a little bit more experience from before at your prior jobs.
Definitely.
Okay, cool.
I use Inkscape daily, so it wasn't a big deal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. It's funny because I'd never heard of Inkscape before ponies and the whole vectoring thing, but now I hear about it all the time. Apparently, it's used quite a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
If you need vector art
definitely...
and don't have Illustrator.
Yeah. It's a free alternative.
For an open source program, it's pretty fabulous.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a former developer on that project, yeah.
Did you ever talk about the fact that you did some development on Inkscape?
A little bit, I think.
Yeah, we mentioned it.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned Ponyscape.
Yeah,
and then I guess the fact that, like, well, I kind of got tired out from all of Ponyscape, basically. But I know people have been submitting patches from Ponyscape into Inkscape, and it should be coming out not in the next version, but the version after that. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So
Neat.
Look at you,
Would be cool.
big shot. Leave us behind.
yeah, I'm too good for that now.
Exactly. Too good for ponies.
Never.
So, we started something last week with Vice that we want to try to start doing going forward. And that's where we encourage the person that we're interviewing to bring 3 of their art pieces to the show so that they can kind of show them off and talk about them and what they liked about them, how they made them, maybe a funny story about them. And so why don't we start? I mean, we already talked about your first one, so we might... I'm not sure if you have any more to say about that, but why don't we start out? Which one do you want to start from the 3 that you chose for this week?
Well, we can talk about the Fanart one.
Okay, sure. Let's start with that one.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, this part of the show, this is for you. So tell us a little bit more. I mean, we talked a little bit about this piece and how long it took you. This is your longest piece, but what else do you want to talk about in this piece?
Yeah, so I definitely planned it way ahead of time because really wanted to draw something for you guys.
Aw.
Love you too.
And
It came out on my birthday last year. It was a great birthday present, let me tell you. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Also, it was my 100th submission, so it was nicely synced right there.
Yeah, exactly, for sure. Well, like we said before, we love it.
Yeah, I was really struggling to fit all 4 of you nicely into the drawing.
Yeah, I bet.
Did you have to plan out the
over several test sketches? I managed to squeeze you all in.
So you did some test sketches before the final sketch to kind of work out composition and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a little making of here.
The first idea sketch was something like this. So you can barely recognize what.
Oh wow! Burned, you were gonna be massive.
I've got a cross on my face. But you can kind of see how it translated a little bit into you weren't too far off from what you ended up with.
Yeah, that's just general composition.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
then
really
I
cool.
went to just draw more precise versions to get the expressions right, positioning.
Mm-hmm. So about how many sketches did you do before getting to the final one? Was it?
Well, the composition one, the ones to get the composition right was probably 4 of them. And then I did like 5 or 6 sketches for Flutter Guy because I couldn't get him right.
Uh-huh. Can I just say that I look adorable in this?
Yeah,
Not to brag or anything.
I'm definitely happy with the final result.
Yeah.
And then added capes for good measure.
Yeah, I love the capes.
It's really interesting.
You started the capes, actually.
Yeah. I did.
I just remembered that. You totally started the capes.
Yep.
We've been wanting to do that for years, to make capes for ourselves like the ones that you made, and so that you can wear them around at cons. We've never actually done it. We should.
BronyCon this year.
Yeah, really. We should.
Yeah. We need to find a cape artist.
Get Nazagoring to do it for us.
Yeah.
The plan's coming together.
Guys, we're going to do it this year.
Yeah.
We're getting the band back together.
Sorry, go ahead, Ted.
Yeah, sorry. On this piece, it's really interesting, this work in progress, that you have a couple of sketches where you just kind of like took splotches of color and tried to work out the coloring. I guess just kind of putting colors next to each other and seeing what worked out or something like that.
Yeah, the choosing of colors takes a lot of time, and yeah, it's really also it's the colors need to be need to fit together well. So yeah, I draw a lot of them, one next to each other to check if they're properly, if difference between them is proper and if they blend together and so on.
Right, right.
So how do you blend colors with your like? Do you blur the colors together afterwards, or do you kind of shade as you go, or is it a combination of the both?
If I'm going for a gradient, like from light color to dark color, I would draw with dark color, just lifting it up when going. So I draw with less pressure on the end, and then I draw light color on top of it.
Okay.
Okay, so you do the shading first and then fill it in later.
Yes.
Interesting. I've actually never heard of that kind of technique before.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was trying at first with just laying light colors and shading dark with the dark ones wouldn't stay on paper actually. The paper would be all waxy from the previous color.
Oh,
Yeah, that makes sense.
I see.
All
Cool. Well,
right.
just
Do we
to
want
put,
to move on to
just to put something else on the screen here, let's move on to your next one. And so the next one that you brought was a piece called Boop.
Yes.
So what do you like about this one? Why did you choose this one?
It's one of my older pieces, and I still like it.
It's goddamn adorable.
Yeah.
Very adorable.
I really like the pairing with Derpy and Dinkies.
Yeah.
So
I love how you have feathers just kind of flying out from Derpy in all directions.
You mentioned it's one of your earlier pieces, right?
yeah,
Holy, look at dates. So it looks like it's
maybe.
from August 21st, 2013 is when you submitted it. And then November 30th, 2013 is when you did the one of all of us. I was going to say, if I'm like, I have this blown up really big because it's a high resolution. I'm kind of looking at the detail. And like, I can tell the difference in, I don't know, how do you want to put it?
Experience?
Not, I guess experience from doing all these sketches over again, but kind of quality of line where like, especially when like colors are pushed up against other colors, like you get better and better at that as you start making these traditional sketches. And then in the one that you did for us, I mean, it's seamless. I mean, it's non-existent. And in this one, like I can see little fine parts of where like a green doesn't want to go up against like a gray or something, you know?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And this is one of your most popular pieces.
Yeah, no. I really like that. It's not only me that liked this one. A lot of people liked it too.
10,000 people is a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's actually my second most liked one.
Wow. Well, yeah, it's nice when you really enjoy making something and then other people enjoy, because sometimes you'll make something and you'll go, it's not that good, and then some people will just eat it up and you don't know why. And sometimes you really make something you love and then people are lukewarm about it, and that sucks. But sometimes you get that sweet spot, where both of you like it, and it's really nice. Awesome.
I mean, it's just so adorable. Look at it.
Look at the scrunchies. Look at the scrunchies.
Scrunching intensifies.
Zoom in on the derp face. Zoom in on the derp face. I haven't said that in like a year. Jeez.
I know.
I'm getting old.
Bringing back the old memes.
I'm getting old. Jeez.
Yeah.
All right. So let's try one more. Let's try your last one that you brought on, which is called AJ. And this one isn't actually a sketch, it's a vector. Still looks spectacular. So what did you like about this piece? Why did you choose this one?
Yeah, I thought I should show at least one of my vectors.
Yeah. And you've got the sketch in the description as well. You've always been really good at providing lots of different like works in progresses and things like that. I know, you've been linking us to a bunch of these sketches while you're talking to us, and so we get to see a bunch of work in progress things, and you've always been really good at doing that.
Yeah, I definitely like showing the progress and well, also showing for aspiring artists that how it works and that there are actually steps that people can take to achieve this kind of effect.
Mm-hmm.
I also
Yeah.
like that just showing the sketches because I like them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it provides two different mediums to like look into and see, and it's interesting like kind of where you come from and where you end up.
Yeah.
With this piece, I really like how you did the background, how like the grass is just kind of white space.
Cut out of the
And,
background
yeah.
circle. Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole background actually wasn't planned at all. If you
Just kinda did it
look
on the
at
fly.
my previous ones, they all have just plain one color circles behind them, and this one was supposed to be the same, but then when I put just green circle behind Applejack, I realized it will blend with Deviantart background. So I
see.
started searching for different color, and just gray was looking really good. So I just changed it to night.
Yeah, and you
And
added
then the
in the
grass
stars.
I just thought about it
Yeah.
on the spot.
Wow.
So that is
It makes a really cute scene.
yeah. I
Yeah.
really liked the idea on the sketch, and really like how it ended up in vector.
Yeah, I'm really impressed, as a vector artist, or a former vector artist, I'm really impressed by the just the creativity, I suppose, that comes from it, because I find that sometimes it's harder to find vector pieces that kind of think outside the box, especially when it comes to like composition. So the circle and the grass cutting into the circle, and the way that AJ sticks out of the circle with her hair and her hat, even though the wooden post that she's leaning against doesn't. It's a really cool concept, and those are the kind of things that you can explore really, really easily with vectors, and it comes out looking really great, but
Yeah.
I don't see enough of it. And so it's really cool to see this piece that plays with that kind of composition.
Yeah, I definitely liked compositions like that when someone is breaking out of a frame. Something
Yeah.
is sticking out of the picture.
Yeah, I'm a huge
Yeah.
fan of that myself.
Definitely gives an extra something to the piece. I don't know what it is, but but it's there.
And like with Derpy ones, this one was also liked by many people, and there also I was really happy to find a lot of people I know in favoring it, like Sipsy, Assassin Monkey. I would definitely know why he would favor it.
Yeah.
And also
He does like his Applejack.
when I saw RainbowPlasma favoring it, I would know that I got the expression right.
Yeah, yeah, you did.
Hey.
Well, you got a lot of things right in this piece. And it's funny you mentioned Assassin Monkey, but at least for me, there's kind of a group of people who are fans of our show that I think are really something special, and people who have art that stands out to me completely separately from the fact that they're fans of the show, and the fact that you guys, are fans of our show is totally a bonus, and you're definitely among that group. I know Assassin Monkey's among that group. I know Otaku P's among that group. I'm gonna stop naming them, or else people are gonna get offended when I don't name them. So
The list could just keep going on.
Yeah,
and on.
exactly.
All
but-
of you.
but
Yeah.
it really does stand out. And I wonder, when you started putting works in progress, I hope we had a little bit of an influence, because I know we talked to Assassin Monkey, and he mentioned that he heard us talking about works in progress, and I love to see that from you guys, because that is so important for young artists, and it's great for us to see, and I think everyone kind of appreciates it, to see that kind of work in progress.
Yeah, definitely. I really enjoy watching those kind of explanations how something was made, and or watching streams when someone is making a piece from beginning to end.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's almost like you get to see a kind of like, you feel like you're getting to see something you're not supposed to see. Like when you're watching a stream and someone's making this amazing piece, and then they post it on their DeviantArt, everybody else has seen it, but you're like, oh, I already saw it. Like I knew it was happening, and like I know what it looked like before it was done. It's almost like
Yeah.
an exclusive little look into it. It's really cool.
I wanted to bring up this piece. which is from a while ago,
That was a while ago.
called About Requests on Hold, and it's a piece of rarity who's clearly stressed out with a giant to-do pile. And I guess this was when you were taking requests and it kind of got swamped with them.
Yeah.
But I just think it's adorable.
I also like how it ended up looking.
Yeah.
I'm kind of weird like that. When I got a lot of requests, instead of replying, I just drew a picture to reply and explain how to request
Yeah,
me.
stop requesting things. I'm full.
Yeah.
And I wanted to bring up one more thing because I know we're kind of running up on time here. But you sent us a tweet from Daniel Ingram, who apparently is using your art as his phone background, which is really cool.
Or at least he did a year and a half ago.
Yeah. Who knows what he has now?
Daniel Ingram circa 2013.
I would like to think that he still has that on there.
Yeah.
You did a piece of his OC, and it's adorable. It's playing the guitar, and yeah.
Yeah, he
Really cute.
He mentioned on one of the interviews that he plays the guitar a lot. I also tried to make his smile from one of interviews with him to imitate
adorable.
his actual smile.
It must have been really awesome to see him tweet about that, especially having it on his phone.
Yeah, he's really surprised and really happy to see this.
Yeah. All right. Well, we are going to run up on time here pretty soon. So before we go, I wanted to ask you, where people can go to kind of check out your art. You have your Deviantart, which is agamnentzar.deviantart.com, but are you anywhere else on the internet, or are you exclusively on Deviantart?
I do have a Twitter, but I don't really use it. I sometimes use my Tumblr.
Okay, well, why don't you link it just in case? What's your Tumblr?
Well, and more recently, you've been doing a lot of streams on Picardo, so we can put that up there too.
Yeah, if you want to catch one of my streams, then you should follow me on Picardo.
I usually stream every Saturday, right?
Yeah, every Saturday. You can actually find the links on my Deviantart and the date when I'm streaming.
Cool.
Yeah.
So are you Agamnentzar everywhere you go?
Yeah, everywhere.
Okay. Well, we'll have that on the screen. Trust us, we know how hard it is to type out and to say. So we'll have it on the screen so you guys can
Also this one.
type away off of that.
Bernd with his daughter.
Oh, yeah. It's funny, we
Yes.
talked about your illegitimate children, but we never actually talked about the daughter. And I'm willing, Bernd, just this once, I'm willing to let you go a little bit over time to talk about your strange horse daughter.
Well, so like I joke about it a lot, but on a serious note, like just OC shipping and stuff, like it's something that is fun and I had never done. And Agamnentzar was the first artist that I'd actually had that interaction with, So Agamnentzar actually drew this out of the blue for me because he had the shipping with him with my OC, and then Octavia, kind of like the version of him, and it was really cute. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. And then he created the idea of Sunshine Melody, which is like, mythological OC daughter, my created Pony Universe daughter, whatever you want to say.
Horse daughter.
But it hit me in like a really personal place, I guess, because like something on a huge personal for me is like I really want to be a father. Like I want to be able to give basically a kid of mine the life that my dad gave me. So I have like this really like ingrown thing to be a father, whatever. And ponies is one of those things that really hits me on like an emotional level. So, and like I obviously like my OC and I love what we do here at the show. So then to see an artist make an absolutely adorable representation of like me and then like a child of mine in an absolutely cute way, it hit me on like a really, really personal level, and not a lot of art, I don't know, is touched me like that. So I don't know, it was special, and like thank you, Agamnentzar, for that.
You're welcome.
So.
I really like this piece.
Out of like all the
really
fan art that
cute.
we've gotten, I think it's hit me on like an absolute, like an emotional level more than anything else has.
And it's still your Skype icon.
Yep.
I know. I switch up my Skype icon a lot, and I know Bernd has before, but it's been a while. But you still have that sleeping little filly on your head on your Skype.
It's
Ted, are
funny.
you ever gonna change that creepy face?
Nope.
It's so
It's gonna
disturbing.
stay. Yeah.
You keep
so my
zooming it
Skype
in.
Icon. I should keep zooming it in. You won't notice, and then all of a sudden it'll literally just be my pupil.
It's terrifying. So yeah,
My icon on Skype, for those who don't know, is just a really zoomed in version of my face.
oh yeah, the one that's on the screen right now, like that face. It's just
Yeah.
zoomed in.
Yes.
All right. Well, now that we have the feels out of the way, I
love your art.
guess that's
so
everything.
good.
So let's do the plugs before we finish. So who wants to do the plugs this week? Come on, someone volunteer. All right, you're all great. So the plugs, our plugs. Now that we've gone through Agamnentzar's, so we have an email, which is cutieartcrusaders@gmail.com. We have a DeviantArt, cutieartcrusaders.deviantart.com. We have a YouTube, youtube.com/cutieartcrusaders, which you can go to watch these episodes. We've also got some social media, so we've got Twitter, which is @CutieArtCrusade, Facebook, which is Cutie Art Crusaders, and cutieartcrusaders.tumblr.com. Follow us on any of those, if you please. So I just wanted to extend a very warm thank you to Agamnentzar for coming on and sharing your stories with us today. It was
Thank
awesome.
you for
having you on.
inviting me.
Yeah.
Also for putting up with extra syllables being added to your name.
It's okay.
And especially thank you for being such an awesome fan, making us amazing fan art, and for sending us some really personal gifts that I know a lot of us will cherish. So thank you very much.
We
You're
can't say
very
that
welcome.
enough.
Well, that is it for this week, so I hope everyone enjoyed it just as much as we did. Whether or not you're on the live stream or on YouTube, we love you all the same. Thank you, Bernd. And without further ado, my name is RainbowPlasma,
My name's Bern.
I'm FlutterGuy317.
And I'm Agamnentzar.
and we'll see you guys next week. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.